My name is Charles Gilford III. You know, honestly, I joined Cherry Creek Schools Foundation at the board level because I really wanted to be a part of something great. And as somebody who is a proud Cherry Creek Schools alumni, I wanted to make sure that I gave to the same school district that gave so much to me. The wonderful thing about a foundation is you get to impact needs above and beyond oftentimes the constraints that exist within a school budget or within the budget or the confines of what our teachers, our principals, and educators alike are able to afford. I wanted to make sure that all the students within the school district, much like myself, were able to benefit from creative ways to make impact and to ensure that our students have a way to realize the brilliance within themselves. See, this is a terrible question to ask somebody who absolutely loves movies like myself. You have Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Good Will Hunting, Coming to America, Godfather, the whole series, Gone in 60 Seconds. If I have to pick, I'm somebody who's always been partial, you know, to things of the law, and so I'm a huge fan of A Few Good Men. I think it's brilliantly written, the twists, the turns, and ultimately kind of this moral conversation around what is truth. Is something that is really powerful. So I love that movie, but there's so many. This is just not fair to ask somebody. Top Gun, I mean, come on. Anyways, we'll leave that there. My guilty pleasure, if I'm completely honest, I hate to insult those of you who are Twizzlers fans, but first of all, we need to have a separate conversation around why you like Twizzlers, because when there's a thing called red vines, ladies and gentlemen, I grew up old school classic red vines. Amazing licorice, don't have to have all that fancy stuff, the little infilling of the goo. No, we don't need any of that red vines. That is my guilty pleasure. When asked the question, you know, how the foundation makes a difference, there's so many different ways that we could describe that. The quantitative aspects of what this foundation has been able to do, the literally millions of dollars that have been able to, over the course of the years, be poured into classrooms, hundreds of teachers who have been able to apply for grants that allow them to be able to afford the opportunity to educate their children in ways that otherwise they would not be able to. It's amazing the innovation that we see year over year, and more importantly, it's those moments that those kids get to experience with their parents at home. The discovery that parents get to make when they begin to see that strike of genius that exists within their daughter or within their son. Education should not be stratified. That education should not be for the elite or for those who can afford it, that it should be for everybody. And when we think about education, that is the power of public education. It is something that gives the broader society a chance to realize their brilliance and to do phenomenal things in this world, to innovate, to be able to take an idea and move it into something that the world can see and the world can benefit from. You see, education is the great gateway to the soul, but the right teacher and the access therein to be able to leverage that and to discover who you are in the right environment, that's what public school can do for so many. That education can be the foundation that we can stand upon, no matter how difficult or how beautiful life becomes.